Hey, good morning. Good afternoon.
Hey, good morning. Good afternoon.
Oops,
Oops.
we have an issue about.
We have an issue about.
I think we need to mute
I think we need to
ourselves.
mute ourselves.
Okay. All right. So again, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. We are happy to hold another office hours session with you. And today we have Rahul and Maruf with us. Welcome, guys. Yeah.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah. We missed
Hello.
Rahul here in office hours. Good to see you here. Thank you for joining. And we have Maruf for the first time, I guess. He's one of our expert engineers, and he'll be also answering your questions. Welcome, Maruf. And Maruf, if you could kindly introduce yourself and give us a brief overview of your journey in Draftbit.
Sure, thank you. I'm Maruf Ahmed. I think it's almost 1 year I started working on Draftbit, and I'm mostly working on expert projects. I work on full stack projects, with Xano and Supabase. On the front end, I work on different kind of custom packages integration with Draftbit. So my main goal here is to integrate any custom package with low code as much as I can. So yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, great. To tell the truth, guys, I saw our expert team like superheroes. For those who are not familiar with our intercom support, I'm active in L1 support, and some of our users come up with very harsh questions, and sometimes I struggle to debug or resolve those issues, and I ask for help, for Rahul and also for our experts. And I remember one of our issues with one of our users, and I kind of, working on that issue for an hour, I guess. And then I asked Maruf to look at it. And also I told him that, if it's taking too much of your time or, and then he just came up with a solution in a minute. So it was amazing, our experts in general, amazing, I guess. So it's very cool to have you here, Marv.
Yeah, actually, thanks to I would like to thank Rahul and Amit. And at the beginning of my journey, I also was facing these issues, and they helped me a lot. And I learned through ups and downs, working on the builder, working on different complex projects, and getting help from them. So yeah, credits to them.
Yeah. So nice.
Yeah. So nice.
Very happy that you're here, Maruf, and Ramesa as well. I'm not sure if I'm seeing anyone else. Are there people here, or is it just me not seeing anyone else?
No, it's just us.
So it's just
Cool. So, do you want to dive since we don't have any questions? Do you want to dive into it now, or Ramesa, do you have any other plans?
Yeah, actually, we have a couple of demos, and we're going to answer some of our community questions here. And of course, we have excited news to share with our users in general, right? And one of the primary objectives of our, let's start with something we have been eagerly waiting for, the new user interface feature, right? The action editor. So this isn't just any regular update for sure. And it's going to be released hopefully today, if I'm not mistaken, after today's deployment, I guess. And, it's super headed by Timothy, one of our core engineers. So I want to, acknowledge him and thanks for his relentless work on this project. And I guess Maruf will now give us an exciting demo about it, right, Maruf?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm ready with that.
It's going
Let
to
me
be
share my
exciting.
screen. Yeah. Okay, I'm sharing it. Is it visible?
Amit is here as well. Hello.
Is Amit joining or is he already joined?
He attended like
Yeah, it's kind
parts
of like parts.
Amit is a spectator today, but he's more than welcome to join us at any point of time. He's aware of that.
Okay, sure. So let's dive in. Uh, we have this our action stack on the right hand side as well as, but if we click on our trigger, one of the triggers called onPress, this is our new interface. So in the middle we have all those nodes that are draggable up and down, and the right hand side is for node details of this each action, the configuration of each action, and here you can browse all the list of actions available. So let's give it a try. Uh, okay, it added a new action. I can put. So if you click on it, it will close the action editor. So I think it's more focused and elegant way to show the action stuff, which we were always expecting from the beginning. And we can change the trigger from here. So it's a new action trigger, and we can add actions over here. So here is the advanced options. You can turn on the log actions in the chain to see the logging of the action stack. And you can also import and export. This is very useful for me. I really use it where I'm copying, different components into different skins. We have also epels here in action. So yeah, this is the epels structure. We can say true. If true, we can take specific action. And or we can also drag and drop here. Okay, so this is the epels tree structure. We can have nested epels, and it, like it's amazing how it changes the zoom level once you keep adding the nodes. Okay. Oh, okay, sorry.
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, this configuration, I mean, right?
Yeah, so user can have a big picture of what's going on to visualize their actions, and it will help, I think, debug their issues easily. Like I saw a lot of like in practical, what happens in the production, you have a very complex action stack, and if that's linear, it's really hard to debug it. But with this, you can visualize what's going on in your action stack, and you can easily pick up the bugs.
Yeah, definitely. It's easy to track the action stack right now.
Yeah. I
By
love
the
how
way,
yeah,
sorry,
go
Marv,
on.
I didn't know about, I mean, I didn't realize the import export part uh, in the action stack, by the way.
Stack, by the way.
Yeah, actually, that's a feature just for admins for now. You know, we love to test things around, so it's probably not available to all our users. At like, if we feel like there's a use case for it and it works well, we'll definitely introduce something for like that for our users. But right now, this is just an admin feature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's it
So,
for the
So I think
action.
that's it for the action.
Aruf, I thought
Yeah.
you're gonna
So
show us something cool by demoing it. So basically, let's create like an action chain and let's try to demo it on the screen by printing stuff, or by maybe doing an alert or something, just so that we give a good example of how the if and else block kind of works, and then just having some sort of a visual um, representation of how this is working in the real world, if that makes sense.
yeah, of
Yeah,
course. Let's
of
do that.
course. Let's do that.
Now I'm gonna create a
Now I'm gonna
simple
create.
pattern here.
And sorry, I don't want to make your life more difficult. It's just that I feel like that would be fun.
No, that's
No,
absolutely fine.
that's absolutely.
Cool.
Okay, so we can check on the local variable I just created, and we have that. We have cool transformations that is available from the action transformation. So if that's true, we show some alert. Mm, Otherwise, we're gonna have a same another alert. Okay, let's have another equals inside it.
So you're testing value of a number, right?
Yeah, yes, I'm testing the number. Uh, you guys, if you can, guys can come up with some ideas, that would be, I think, helpful.
Yeah, maybe Marif, just a number, um, have an input field. If it's a number, if the number is even, let's just print even on the screen. If or show an alert that it's even. If a number is odd, let's just show an alert that it's odd. A very simple basic example.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think we have to create a function to check the odd, right? We don't have that transformation. Let's do that.
We can show the new transformation stuff. So maybe let's just do greater or less than something.
Okay. Okay. So we say less than 2. Let's do. Oh, okay, cool. Let's test it out.
So, what is the logic that you said right now? I just
Um,
couldn't, follow all the.
okay. So I just have a number variable, and I'm checking if the first condition is that if it's greater than 3, then I'm going to print it's greater than 3. And if it is false, then I have another if else that checks if it is less than 2. And this alert is saying less than 2 or greater than 2. So that's a basic simple, but just to illustrate the if else structure, how it shows uh, in the action editor, and we can have a more complex if else structure, and it will visualize this way for easy intuitive idea what's going on there. So this is our input that is tied with the number local variable. So let's put something 9. Yes. So it says it's greater than 3. Let's say 1. Okay, less than 2. 3. Okay, here you go.
Oh, that's cool.
Uh,
I mean, setting
hmm,
up complex logics would be much more easy in this action editor. By the way, Amit says something. I want to read it. Conditional branching had been a demand from our user base for so long. Finally, seeing it being released to everyone is such an epic moment. Yes, for sure. From doing the conditional logic via custom code to having individual conditional actions to actually fast branch, what a journey. Can't wait to see what this evolves to next. Thanks, Amit.
thanks.
Um, Thank you, Marv. By the way, from our latest deployment, this was a simply, for simplifying processes and increasing efficiency for implementation actions, we introduced actually some spectacular, let's say, transform functions, right? So now we don't have to rely solely on custom codes for many of transform functions. And maybe Maruf can enlighten us on how these functions work, or what do we have recently and their potential to change our operations in the builder.
Yeah, sure. Let me show a demo. Okay, let's start a new screen. Okay. We have a text input value, so and we are going to use we are going to demo the transformation over this text component. So let's try text float. So currently it's none, so because it's empty. But if I try to do it 9.9, so as you can see, it is parsing this. This is a text string, but it is parsing that as a float with a first function, first transformation. We can have multiple transformation. We can also have that add bearer prefix. That is very useful. So I have to give it this parse float. So yeah, and another useful thing should be key start. So I have a long spaces, and if I try to testing tree,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, you see,
Yeah.
we
And
have two uppercase.
yeah.
So there, here we can chain multiple transformation, and it will work simultaneously. What else? We can definitely try round up. So let's try that. We will try to float, float.
Yeah, I think recently we have and or includes, right?
Yeah, we have includes. Thanks for
Mm.
reminding me. And we can check of T. try that. Hmm. I think the boolean, it returns a boolean value.
Hmm.
That's why it's not showing up. But we can do something else. And we can have that text input value and check the includes key. And if we type test, technically it should print the includes text. Let's see. Oh,
Mm.
no, it's not printing now, but if we type anything with test or T, that's gonna work.
Yeah, also, would that be also useful for filtering the data from the backend, right?
Yeah, yes. So we can use those transformation with the backend written data and do cool stuff, complex logic in the action stack.
Yeah, that would be very helpful, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Maruf, you mentioned that you have identified kind of a recurring um, issue, the misuse or let's
Mm-hmm.
say incorrect setup of screen variables in action stack. I'm
Yeah.
really curious about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. Let's take a look in action. So I have created a demo for this. So it's a very simple example to start with. So we have a screen variable called log text, and on this button click, we are setting it to actions, and then we are kind of logging it, like showing the alert. And this has initially a value called initial. So technically, what is the expected behavior is that once I click it, it will change the variable to actions and show the updated value. Like that's what the expected, the intention actually. Let's see if that works in that way. So if I click on this, it is showing initial. That means it was not updated. But now, the second time
Is
it
this a
worked.
bug? I want to ask
Yeah,
this question. Is this a bug?
no, it's not a bug. Of course, it's not a bug. So it's just
Okay.
the understanding of how the screen variable works. Because screen variable is tends to persist to render it and use it in the different part of the screen. But what we don't understand is that once we update it and go to the next section, it is not updated at that point. Like it is not guaranteed. Okay, so that is the misunderstanding among our. Like I saw a lot of problems for this misconception.
But
So I haven't.
how to ensure?
Yeah, yeah. So the simple thing we can do, we whatever we do in an action, we get a return value, right? So when we are setting a value to a scene variable, we get a local temporary, like we can store it temporarily. So if we want to use that, like the updated value in our same action stack, we can store that in a temporary variable. So let's say
Mm.
temp5. So what it will do, it will make this updated value available in this action stack, and you will be able to use it throughout this action chain. So instead of using the scene variable, we will use the temp value.
Rahul, you're unmuted if you're speaking to us.
So I clicked on it. Now you see it's showing the updated value. So that's actually the correct way to use this.
Yeah, and also I saw this warning message we placed at the end of the results section. It says the same thing, right? I haven't read it from the beginning, but now that makes sense.
Yeah. I also have a concrete example, like a real scenario. So I think it might help other people to keep in mind. So it's a login form, okay? So usually what happens is that you put your email and password, you hit an endpoint and get back a token, and you use that token to make other calls. Okay, so that's actually the real use case. So this is the action stack for this login button. I am logging and I am storing the auth token in. Okay, yeah, I forgot to add that. And then I am making a call to auth me. So this actually needs that auth token to be inserted in the header. So the understanding is that, okay, I logged in, I have updated the variable like the header, and I am able to make the call. But it won't happen because of the same reason that we saw in the earlier cases. Okay, so the header authentication header will be now, because at the point the action stack is making this call, the header is not updated. So the workaround is that you move the next call to the next in different screen. So you get the token in single one screen and make the calls from other screen. So that's how your header token is updated. So yeah, that's
So you,
the real. Yeah.
sorry, so using result name is not another efficient way to use in that case. So we need to make this auth.me API call in another screen, in the navigated screen.
Yes, because you can't pass the header like I did in the last example. If you store that in a local variable, but you can pass it to it, right? It doesn't take the auth token variable as a parameter. So that doesn't work here. So what you have to do, you have to get the token in a string, and using that in different string will make sure that that is working perfectly. We have no collision.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. We have, I think last week, we have such issues on intercom.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, I think we can continue with our community questions from now on. I'm going to share my screen if you
Okay.
let me.
Sure.
Okay.
Hey, just testing. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear
Yes,
you.
we can.
Awesome. Finally figured
And I
out
can
this.
hear myself as well.
You can hear yourself as well?
Yeah, that's an echo. Okay, can you hear me, guys?
Yes, I can hear
Yes.
you.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Okay, let me just a minute. I'm gonna share one of the community questions. So before that, before going into community questions, I take my notes here. So, yeah, before moving forward, I think we can talk about some preview issues that our users are facing recently, some of our users, not all of them for sure. So we are all aware of the preview issue, and and always your feedback and patience have been invaluable. And much of the problem, I think, has been addressed, but there are still issues going on. And please rest assured, our engineers are working to refine and optimize the experience. And furthermore, I'd like to highlight an option that we are offering for the live preview app. Uh, Let me share. We have in advanced settings, we have for Draftbit live preview and Expo Go preview options for our live preview app. So you can switch between two. Although we recommend using Draftbit live preview always. You can go and try Expo Go anytime when you have live preview issues in our live preview app. And also for Expo Go, regarding Expo Go, while this isn't a native part of the Draftbit live preview app, in certain scenarios like that I mentioned, users might find it beneficial, I guess. Now let's go with. Are you going to say something, Rahul?
Oh, sorry, Mesa. I was just going to say I think I'm having audio connection problems, so I'm probably going to hop off. But before I do, I would like you guys to demo to our users some more transformations that we kind of missed out. So one of them is ArrayLast, and the other one is Slice. They're both very, very useful when it comes to your use cases in API calls and other things as well in Draftbit. So either Maruf or Mesa, if you get a chance, demo that. I'm pretty happy that we introduced that, and I'll try to log in with my other computer and see if I can get back to it. But sorry about the audio issues.
No, that's okay. Last time we had such issues with Brian and Alan. I guess this is an ongoing issue. Okay, I think we can do it, right? Marv can show us.
Yeah, sure. I will do that.
But let me just share at least one community question. So here, Mark was asking for search bar. Hi all, can somebody explain how to no-code the search? Do I have to have an API set up in Zeno specifically to search, or do we use to fetch all API and Graphic takes care of the search? This is where the fox on me, and I'm sure it's pretty simple. I was trying to answer Mark, but I think this didn't help much. And he reached me out from direct messaging, and I promised him to demo the efficient way, the optimized way of setting it up in office hours. So let me just share my screen again. I set up an example screen here. We have a text input component which serves as a search bar. And also we have a fetch component, list component, and which is going to display our original list and the updated list according to our search text. But it's important to note that the magic often lies in the endpoints we use, right? I set up two endpoints here, one for Zeno and one for Interim API, just to show you the differences. For example, in Zeno API endpoints, we have this is designed to query from all records based on the search text we input. So we are just putting here the text input value in the body structure of the API call. And for the interim, however, we have a get API call. And what we are doing here is actually we use query parameter in the body of the URL here in the path. So these are different implementations, and this depends on the backend you're using. For the sake of this demo, I'm going to use interim API. So for the text input component on the data tab, the data source, we need to define the data source. And I changed this. This is generally by default, it's text input value, but I changed it to search text for clarity. And of course, in the triggers tab, in the interactions tab, we have automatically defined on-change text trigger and set variable action, which is updated with the new value, the action data. So this actually updates our search text with every keystroke, okay? The difference is this, console log. Let's show it. For example, I write, you see, here we have the updated search text for each letter. But here's a twist. Actually, we don't want to bombard our endpoint with a request for every single letter, right? So if we like a kid asking, are we there yet? Are we there yet? On a road trip or something like that. So for this reason, the optimum way of doing this is using the on-change text delayed trigger. This trigger actually, this waits for a moment and letting us finish typing before making the API request. And the good part is you can change the text delay value from here. It's set to 1000 milliseconds right now, but you can change it to any number you want. So now let's demonstrate it with on-change text, first of all. In the fetch components, we have query parameter, and in this query parameter, we're going to select our search text screen variable. I think these are all set. As you can see, we got our list here. And let's make, to demonstrate the API call on data, let's add log to console and track the fetch data coming. Let's do it again. So as you can see, we have 3 letters and literally 3 API calls. So this is too much. We need to decrease this traffic. So for this case, we're going to use on-change text delay here. But we're not going to use search text screen variable. We need to define a new screen variable, which can be, let's say, screen display text. Okay. And here, we're going to set the same action, here set variable, screen display text, and the new value will be the action data, new text input value. And of course, for the fetch component, now we are going to set our query parameter as our new screen variable, which is, where is it? Okay, I can't see it. Just a minute. Okay. Let's try again. Where is it? Hey guys, line is something? Ah, screen display text. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
just sorry about that. Okay, here, screen display text. Okay. Now, let's try again. As you can see, it waited for a moment and then you got the API call. So what can I say is this is an efficient or let's say user-friendly search bar, optimized for performance and minimizing unnecessary API calls. So Mark, I hope this answers your questions in your mind. Okay. Now I guess Maruf, you can show us slice and other transform functions that we have recently.
Of course. Let me share my screen again. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So let's try the slice transformation first. So
So what does it do, basically?
yeah.
I haven't used it before.
Mhm. Let me show the run the demo first. So slice actually takes two parameters. It actually slice an array type of object from a start index and end index. Okay, so that's basically use of it. So as we know, string is considered as a text array. So we will be able to use the slice transformation over this. Uh, to, okay. Just a minute. So text input value. We want to slice the text input value. Slice. Okay, slice minus 2. Okay. Okay, let's try the slice on the array like object. Now we will be slicing on the array object. Slice it. Okay, slice 2, 3. So what is happening here? This array array object is considered as a string, and it was trying to slice from index 2 up to index 3. So I think if you see, uh, it was the first character is the square bracket, the second character, so 0 is square bracket, 1 is the quotation, single quotation, and 2 is the f. So it
Yeah.
printed f, and it will take up to 3. So O is the 3, so it won't take the 3. So it only take one character. So if I make it 4,
Yeah.
it will print 2 characters. If I print to 7, so it will actually print 5 characters from the string.
Oh, that makes sense. What do you think? What are the best use cases for using this slice?
It is actually used for the over the array object. So if you have something written from the uh, database and you want to slice to a particular portion of it, so you can use that and store in a local variable, like that will save. It will save you from writing another custom function to do that. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Amit says,
Um,
let's give an example of a number array as well. That will make it clearer.
okay.
Okay,
Mhm.
Amit. Amit, since you're back, uh, you should join office hours soon. We have questions about backend implementations, like mostly actually about. Most of our users are now curious about unique key items, how to implement it in a best way. Anyways,
Okay.
yes, Marv.
So now let's see how the variable looks like. So now it's a number array, and we have 5 items here. So now I am slicing it from number 2 up to 3. So if I go to the variable, so 0 is 5, 1 is index at index 1 it's 2, and at index 2 it's 5 again. So now it's kindly printing only one item because I started from 2 and up to 3, so that's only one item. If I move the start index to say let's say 1 from 2, it will print 2 items, so 2 and 5.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense now.
Okay. Now if I move it to 4, it printed 3. So it actually it can calculate the number of items will be printed from the slice to minus slice from. So 4 minus 1 is equals to 3. So there is 3 items printed here.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
All right.
So let's see.
Rahul mentioned another one.
Yeah, the array last. So it
Yeah,
actually
ArrayLast.
prints the last item from the array. So as it's an array, it will print the last item. So see if that's true for it. So you see the last item is 9, and you can see 9 is printed. If I change the array, 10, 21, it will print 21 now.
Oh, cool. Do we have transformation function now for removing item from an array? I'm not sure.
Let's try. Yes, I think array. What we can. I think we have options for adding, but not removing.
Not removing. Yeah, that would be very helpful, I guess.
So let's try the array prepend, and we want to prepend 70. So 70 was inserted starting of the
Yeah.
array. And if we use array append, it will insert in the last. One interesting thing is that the transformation actually returns a new copy of the variable, not actually overwrite it. So that's nice.
So, oh, okay. It's not overriding. It's not changing the original value, right?
Yes, it's just transforming it into a different into a new array and printing it here.
So, for example, in action stack, then we need to use results name to use the updated version, right? And assign it to a variable or something.
Yes, yes.
Okay, I see. Oh, cool. I think that's all for today because we have 2 minutes left. Yeah, that was a packed agenda, I guess. Thank you, Maru, for all the insight, all the demos, all the answered questions. Thank you very much for joining. It was fun to have you. It was very cool to have you, actually. And thank you again, Rahul, for joining, for making some time to join us. It was so good to see you here again. And thank you, Amit, for all of your support. We hope to see you in stage for soon.
Yeah.
And I would like to thank our users. Thank you so much. And please feel free to reach out from Intercom, from community, for all of your questions. We are always happy to answer your questions as much. And see you for your next office hours. See you. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.